Who we got
Because
next?
it's between Jay-Z's The Black Album and Jay-Z's 444.
But it's not really because I also want to bring in American Gangster here,
Oh, okay.
and I want to bring in the Blueprint
Mm,
because
mm,
to me it's between four. The
mm-hmm.
Blueprint to me is the most commercially successful and the
Yep.
most important, quote unquote.
Yeah.
The Black Album to me is the best. American Gangster is the most ambitious, and 444 is the most complete amalgamation of all those things.
Right.
It's got everything.
Yeah.
Um,
Vulnerability,
but
braggadociousness.
does it exist without all the other albums before it? And that's kind of the piece that I was wanting to discuss is like shit, like what do we pick from Jay-Z? Because like to me, what I'm always going to return to is the Black Album. I think it's the
Mm-hmm.
best front to back. I
Mm-hmm.
don't even think that's in question. But I do think the more ambitious projects are 444 and American Gangster.
Mm-hmm.
And the most commercially successful project is The Blueprint, which has a lot of fucking bangers. Heart of the City.
So I agree with everything that you just said. Between these two specifically, the Black Album was a great final album if it were his final album.
Mm-hmm.
I think between those two, the reason why I would choose 444 is first, you mentioned consistency of production. Black Album had a different producer every song, and it still sounds like a cohesive project. But 444 and what No ID did with that, the way in which the samples were chopped on that album specifically are unlike any other way I've heard samples chopped. And I would say DJ Premier and Kanye West are probably the next two, in my opinion, as far as like best folks to chop up samples. And I think that they would even listened to 444 like, how the fuck did No ID do this? Um, so I think production
Story of
wise,
OJ.
Story
Like,
of OJ is incredible. Smile, the way in which he chopped up Stevie Wonder, it's elite. It's beyond magnificent. It's a testament to how producers should be working with their hands to craft something that is essentially done fully digitally. And then on top of just masterful production, the way in which Jay-Z is rapping is very evident of him being a, if not the master lyricist. The fact that none of it is done with a pen needs to be taken into account. And then on top of that, like I mentioned, the vulnerability and the storytelling and the craftsmanship, Smile, Story of OJ, Kill Jay Z, but then also the other ones, was it Adonis was one of them, I think it was called. The music videos that went to it as well, I think, were very much underrated. Adness, sorry about his father, not Adonis. Adness, Legacy, uh, Marcy Me, just again the storytelling, the craftsmanship, the bridge of his youth to his adulthood, and everything that he's seen in between. Are all fully represented in this. 444, I think, is Jay Z's best album, and he has a lot of incredible albums, and arguments can be made for several of them as far as it being his best album. But in my opinion, if you were to pit Jay Z versus Jay Z and which version of Hove would out rap what other version, and who's really leaned into their full expression as a human being, it's the person that shows up on 444 for me.
I agree. I'll take that. I think the Black Album is probably more important culturally, but even so, I think the Blueprint is probably more important than that culturally. But 444 to me is the best artistic expression, and that's personally what I'm interested in is
Hmm.
artistic expression. And
Hmm.
444 to me is the right decision, and I think the decision that will ruffle some feathers, and so I like that.